This is the fourth video in a series related to the Liberty Hill 2040 Comprehensive Plan. If you haven't already seen all of the videos in this series, please check the description below to find links. This video reviews the land use fiscal analysis done by Verdunity, the consultants hired by the City of Liberty Hill to build out a comprehensive plan. If you've seen any other videos in this series, you might already know that the City of Liberty Hill currently encompasses about 4.6 square miles of land. The land use fiscal analysis was done on the land inside the city limits. If you'd like to learn more about the city's boundaries, see the links below for the first video in this series. 3 levels of analysis were done in the City of Liberty Hill. This first, value per acre, simply takes the value of a given parcel and divides it by the land area in acres of that same parcel. This gives us an apples-to-apples comparison of the development pattern value from one lot to the next. Unsurprisingly, we notice that the most recently developed properties are represented at a higher value than undeveloped properties. The second level of analysis, net revenue per acre, takes the tax assessment for a given parcel and divides it by the property acreage. Then, the cost of the current budgeted street maintenance is subtracted. Because the costs to maintain streets for both undeveloped and underdeveloped properties is the same as fully developed properties, we begin to see these lesser developed places produce less revenue than the cost they generate, meaning that higher value parcels now need to subsidize these lots. This is most obvious in new neighborhoods, which have laid out streets and lots, but have not yet completed build-out. And often the issue is rectified in short order as new development on this land is completed. But the same issue becomes apparent in parts of town where properties that could be improved to generate more tax revenue are left underdeveloped. The third and final level of analysis takes the previous net revenue per acre and also subtracts the deferred maintenance liabilities that have built up in Liberty Hill. This is the most honest representation of the value of Liberty Hill's development patterns. Here we see that due to street design and neighborhood layout, even some of the areas that were green in lower levels of analysis struggle when these deferred maintenance costs are included. This means that in areas where Liberty Hill still has empty land for development, a higher level of productivity from these places is important. A renewed focus on the way existing parts of town redevelop is also key to the long-term fiscal health of the community. As we explored in video 3, allowing for higher lot coverage and, when possible, building up are 2 ways that development can generate more revenue. And building infrastructure that meets the needs of those who use it and not overbuilding streets affects how much long-term maintenance costs add up to. There are a couple of major takeaways from the analysis that are important to note. First, the city needs to earn an average of $3,000 of property tax revenue per acre across the city to ensure that it can cover the cost of infrastructure maintenance in the future. What we found was that with regard to residential development, only multifamily development and single-family development under 0.3 of an acre produced at least this much revenue per acre. A similar pattern is present in commercial development, wherein half-acre or less commercial properties perform the best from a property tax standpoint. Since the larger developments are not able to produce the needed revenue per acre, that forces smaller parcels to subsidize the larger ones. Second major takeaway is that downtown has the capacity to be an economic and cultural hub in Liberty Hill. In most cities, downtown is the highest fiscally performing place in the city. Though that's not the case in Liberty Hill today, we can already see high-value properties in this space. But a renewed focus on improving the rest of downtown incrementally will pay major dividends to the community. Downtown already has a great road network, as well as formative redevelopment and public spaces which the community enjoys, which makes downtown a smart place to invest in as a city. Thanks so much for watching. To stay updated about the comprehensive planning process, please visit lhtx2040.com.